this primer meeting was really, really buoyed my spirits because the recent revisions of the Guide for the Care and Use of Laboratory Animals have added a new highlight to the importance of training. Here's the issue for me throughout my career, is I've seen indiscretions done in animal research, which have been numerous and varied at different places. They almost always result not from somebody's maliciousness, they result from their arrogance of thinking that they know enough to do a procedure the right way. I mean, it's actually the interaction with the living animal that causes the problem. And, you know, typically they're undertrained or have been ill-trained by a method that's, you know, a laboratory to laboratory training method, or it's just some method which has never had the independent certification of, I'll return to it, the contemporary veterinary approach or contemporary 3Rs approach or, you know, proper modern technological approaches. So they're doing something that's either improper or antiquated. They're allowed to do it, and it results in a poor outcome in the animal. So, I mean, the solution to that's very simple. The Guide for the Care and Use of Laboratory Animals has had the term, you know, training should be provided for years, but they've only slowly ramped up the rigor of that. And I think the recent guide sets a much more stronger proposition about the importance of training. And I was delighted to see here at the primer meeting that all the individuals that were speaking on the panel talked about training in the context of proficiency, that, you know, you need to document proficiency. And I was very pleased 4 or 5 years ago when I was more heavily involved in the ALAS organization and its leadership, that the position statements of that organization with regard to training were rewritten to sort of insert and fortify the notion that we begin to look more at proficiency. And if you look at all the recent revisions in the regulations, the CIOMS principles, the OIE terrestrial code for laboratory animal welfare, and the guide, they're all beginning to incorporate this notion that we can't just say you're responsible for doing training and everyone should be trained, because it just doesn't happen magically. It has to happen through a process that's documented and certified. And if we do that, it would have been a paradigm. It's a paradigm shift that is a decades overdue.